Hello, welcome to Dunderall's podcast. I'm your host, Justin. So, I'm reviewing another crime thriller film. It's been a while, right? And this one was a doozy. Holy crap! Man, it's one of those movies where it's like, oh man, it starts off a little. It's a bit of a slow burn, but when it picks up, it picks up. And when it picks up, it picks up heavy, okay? Yeah, so the movie I'm reviewing is the 2016 Mojave, which is a crime thriller. According to Tubi, it's a drama thriller. It's rated R. It stars Garrett Hedlund, Oscar Isaac, and a bunch of people you probably never heard of, except for Mark Wahlberg and Walton Goggins. The rest of the cast, I don't know. And the movie is directed by famous screenwriter William Monahan, who wrote such screenplays as The Departed, right, and Body of Lies, right, and he's written like a book, right. So I first heard about this movie from What the Flick, which is like, you probably, if you know what the Flick is, you probably know I wasn't a fan of theirs for too long, right? And and I never gave this movie a chance because what the Flick's deal, right? Any movie that has like a leftist agenda or is shot in L.A., they love it, right? And this movie takes place in Los Angeles, right? It's about, which I disagree with the synopsis of the movie, where it's about a suicidal movie maker. One, he's not suicidal, and two, he's not a movie maker. He's a screenwriter, right? Yeah, but the movie is about self-destructive screenwriter who, in the movie, you see like clips from an interview where he describes that he's basically bored with his life, right? And right, because he's like, he's rich, he's successful, and he can basically bang any woman he wants. But what happens when you have too much success in your life? You get bored, right? So he decides to go out into the desert, right? Camping, right? Looking for trouble. And trouble found him in the form of Oscar Isaac, who is a homicidal drifter who likes to kill people with a rifle. Which that's the thing where you don't really see in a lot of in Hollywood films. There's the thing where, like, most Hollywood films, the serial killers never kill with guns, right? In real life, though, if you ever watch like true crime stuff, serial killers do actually kill people with guns, right? It's not like in the movies, right? So yeah, Oscar Isaac wanders into Garrett Hedlund's camp, like speaking like a fucking like Tom Waits or something. He's like, "Hi, brother. Mind if I have some coffee?" You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Like, he starts talking poetic, like fake intellectual bullshit, right? And like right away, Garrett Hedlund sees him for what he is, grabs the gun and beats the shit out of him, right? So grabs the rifle and beats the shit out of him, and runs away. Obviously, he knows that Oscar Isaac's character is after him, which they never really gave him a name. He goes by Jack, right? I think. And what ends up happening is that Garrett Hedlund lays a trap for the serial killer. Let's just call him Jack. And it turns out he accidentally kills a cop. Because you find out later in the film that, that our that Oscar Isaac's character is a serial killer, and he's killed like 7 people in the Mojave Desert, and the cops have been looking for him, right? So what ends up happening is that Garrett Hedlund returns to L.A. only for the homicidal Jack to follow him, right? Which he after like after seducing a dog walker and killing him in his own home, he finds that he's able, using the man's computer, right? He's able to figure out who Garrett Hedlund's character is, and goes to meet him, and they have this game where they try to one up each other, right? Where he tries to he tries to blackmail him for money, blackmail him for money, frame him for crimes, right? Also, they can have this one-on-one duel at the end, right? Which I'm not gonna say what happens, right? Yeah, I really, it's the thing where the movie starts off, like I said in the beginning of this review, it starts off a little slow, but at the halfway point, it picks up, and there's some awesome lines in the movie. There's some awesome lines. The cinematography is great. The acting is great. Mark Wahlberg is awesome in the movie as the producer Norman Davenport, right? Which he pretty much just plays himself, right? Oh my god. I honestly thought he would only have one scene in the movie. He has several. And there's the thing where I found out the other day that if you've seen The Departed, Mark Wahlberg's character survives at the end. Apparently, I saw a thing a few weeks ago that he tried to get a Departed sequel made, and I'm assuming with this screenwriter. And at first I'm like, yeah, it would probably suck, but after seeing this movie, holy fuck, I would love to see a Departed sequel, right? Especially if this guy is writing it, right? Awesome movie, and it's a very smart film. And if you're somebody who's into intellectual bullshit, American discussions about the great American artists, screenwriters, sorry, not the great American artists, screenwriters, and shit, because Garrett Hedlund knows that the main guys, the Oscar Isaac's fixation on him is not just because he got the jump on him, right? He was the guy who got away, right? But it was more because this Jack is a failed artist who's envious of the main character, right? Who is a successful artist, right? But is not unhappy with his life. Where the other character is, seems more happy, right? I was not. There's a scene though in the movie where it looks like Oscar Isaacs is going to kill a dog in the film because he stole basically the clothes and identity of a dude, right? That he killed, and he took the dog with him, which he keeps calling the dog brother, even though it's clearly a girl, right? I love the scene where he didn't kill the dog, but only for him to tie up the dog to a post, put money on its collar, and only for some guy to walk by, see the dog, doesn't take the dog, but takes the money, man. That really fucking, as a dog owner, that really irked me the wrong way. And that was the reaction that the screenwriter wanted me, the director screenwriter wanted me to have. So well played, right? And I really liked the ending of the film, which I'm not going to spoil, right? Yeah, it's the thing where this movie is fucking great, man, and it's almost like it makes you think because there's a scene where like Garrett Hedlund is watching a western, so like the movie makes you think, is this movie supposed to be like, like a neo western or something? It's like, fuck no, it's not. This is like the American version of like a South Korean like dark thriller, right? Kind of like I Saw the Devil, right? But in LA. I'm not saying this film is as good as I Saw the Devil, but fuck, man, this movie gave like could give South Korean thrillers a run for its money. So I'm giving the movie 8 out of 10. Definitely would recommend it. So the next movie I'm gonna review is Nightcrawler, which you can also watch on Tubi. All right, guys, peace.